This episode doesn't just focus on one subject, it covers many. All we shall do is discuss talking. The price of Ripple XRP is getting close to 60 cents. Will it keep rising? We were rewarded significantly after the price of Bitcoin peaked. Ripple released a significant announcement. I acquired its protected. Relax, take a nap, and Bitcoin has gained 63% in the past 24 hours, reaching a value of $59,077. At present, Ethereum has dropped by 79%, while USDT and USDC have decreased by 258%. The dollar pegs forecast that XRP will revert to the 57C level. Even if the total market value of cryptocurrencies has increased by 2.4%, it is still more than $2 trillion, which is exactly where you would want it to be at $2 trillion, 86 billion. I can promise you that we are the largest. We have been working on the project for almost 15 months, and we are getting close to returning 1 million XRP. We have returned 1 million XRP. Our holders take that into account. Think about the NFT projects you are now engaged in. What do they do at this moment? They blame it on the state of the market. Oh, we're not doing anything as an excuse for the dire situation of the market is a common scapegoat. It's critical to consider bears when building. People, what do you think has been luck? Real projects, such as the one I constructed, rise to the top of their respective industries from nothing. Just as genuine leaders like you do. He thought the attempt on Donald Trump's life had happened 51 days ago. How quickly has the time passed? Take a look at this, since the impending election may have a big impact on the Bitcoin markets. This is why I don't deal with meme currencies, people. A month ago, this person had almost 20 million memes for a certain use. It seems like he lost by 50%. 10 million is all he has left. These memes are dull and will only get worse with time. Expires, the founders retain the funds for themselves, and you are left to suffer the repercussions along with all of their friends and acquaintances who acquired tokens to cash out. Avert becoming lost. As a holding mechanism, employ a meme coin. Meme coins come with a great deal of danger and unpredictability. In 99.9% of cases, there is destruction. Because of your delay, you run the danger of losing your investments in other Bitcoin assets. You might think that you were among the first when meme coin season comes around again, but in actuality, there are always those who were there first, since the founders provide tokens to others who aren't. Keep out of this and don't lose your hard-earned money. It's heading to the moon. When V was still a baby, we talked about it. It is now 1.5 years old. Thank you for the compliment, since the rise is around 500%. You don't have any justifications if you've accomplished 68% of the year in the last 30 days and 30% in the last 7 days. You want to get, therefore you have no excuses. Hey, Uphold now has it. Since anyone can now select Upvote now, you are asserting that you are aware that you do not live in a country that supports it. A neighbor reported that on August 3rd, the CEO of Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse, for those who don't know, said he met with worried legislators on both sides and that he had heard judges voice worries regarding Gary Gensler. This translation was done accurately. As a result, some of the wording might not be suitable for fear. CEO Garlinghouse said that Jen's term will not be guaranteed even if Kamala Harris wins the Democratic Party's vice presidential candidacy in November's U.S. presidential election, during a press conference on March 3rd at the Grand International Hotel in Samsung, Seoul. I talked with officials of both the Democratic and Republican parties, and they expressed serious concerns about the SEC's regulation of virtual assets. Needless to say, the attack is currently in progress. I think it happened in 1963, yet the attack is still going on right now. A law established by the SEC states that artwork is not a security. What sets apart artwork created on paper from that created on digital media? I'll explain why this is true for NFTs and why all artwork is regarded as artwork. This is because Mr. Trump is currently involved in his second scandal with the National Football League. I-60 can speed up things as they are right now. The price of XRP started to grow gradually. XRP's price began to grow gradually. Over the weekend, I looked everything over in great detail. That was when I wasn't close to a computer. I regret not grabbing some. Despite my regret of not purchasing it sooner, I will buy it at 57 cents as the price is currently trading above 56 cents according to the 100-hour simple moving average. With resistance at 552 cents, the price broke above a negative trend line connecting it to the hourly chart. The pair might rise and hit the 60-cent zone if we can break through this trend line. As of right now, the pair is about to move from 0.572 to 0.57, suggesting that momentum and activity may be building today. Nothing has changed beyond 66 cents, which is when XRP is exiting the market. Anything beyond 75 cents is what we are looking at. Bitcoin recovers to 58.3000 at the start of September, a seasonal drop. We spoke about the story back in September. Will we defy the trend of September being a red month for cryptocurrencies just because it's September? It's not always red in September. I'd say it's crimson about 70 to 80% of the time. Taking a broader view of Bitcoin, we may observe a green September. This year could mark the end of the red September motif, as we have never seen Bitcoin company break an all-time high until that trend ended a year after a decade. Considering the plethora of information regarding institutional money ETFs and the intense rivalry they face, this is particularly true. Give that some thought for a moment. Cryptocurrency game viewer Oro claims that $100 billion asset manager VC believes that Bitcoin might reach 2.9 million per coin by 2050. By 2050, 2.9 million people? Are you serious? Look, with these crazy numbers, you're going to start seeing these stories pushed by the institutional players, right? These ludicrous price estimates. They want to do this because it's how they start to gain momentum in the public's view, and if you think that the public sold the institutions at the peak of this cycle, you're going to have a difficult time. They provide a wider selection for selection. Those who release numbers like this will make the thought, let me start chopping. I can buy some Bitcoins here. A few Bitcoins in front of you, I'll start with one and leave it there for 25 years. Which is shorter than the 35 years they require you to work at your current job to contribute to your 401k plan and eventually reach retirement. After that, I'll have 2.9 million Bitcoins. Their actions are such that the psychological implications are devastating. Go here to read the article. Ripple announces a major partnership in South Korea and Japan. Ripple is in Japan and Korea this week. To further its goal of strengthening the crypto infrastructure's foundations to enable blockchain usage and institutional acceptance, the company is announcing a few significant initiatives. This page is devoted to talking about blockchain technology's future, AI, and the metaverse. Who knows, perhaps they were ahead of the XRP and had already embraced the NFT. It is already in communication with the XRPL. They also intend to employ XRP on the root network as a gas token. We had a quick talk about someone running the amount of XRP that is still available on exchanges yesterday. When the total reached 12.7 billion, he said, what would happen if we sold all? The retail value was minimal. It is restricted to increasing XRP's cost. He believes, and I agree, that the real pricing will occur when banks and other financial institutions use XRP for daily settlement because deep liquidity pools and daily volume and value addition to the ledger are available. That may be between 5 and 10. Retail can probably only take 3 or 6 XRP, in my opinion. That's a big amount of money. This is going to be driven by the enormous amount of money. In another 4 years, it may push Bitcoin to $1 million per coin, or perhaps to $250,000 or 500,000. We just don't have enough, especially if we resist the institutions, who will eventually seize control of these marketplaces, and the general population won't be able to handle it. Benefits will flow to 3 or 6 institutional retail players. That is how rising XPE prices will occur. We obtained the institutional funding for the ETF that will raise this item in 2025. After that, we start getting banks, and XRP is utilized for settlement.